Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Episode 5 of Obi-Wan Kenobi is out on Disney Plus. Sorry for the late review. Like I said, I just don't have time to do these when the actual episode drops. Um, so, this was kind of like a little late review. The next two, though, are going to be really late. Because I'll be out of town. And so, yeah. Episode 5 is really good. Spoiler warnings, of course. It starts out with Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker at Coruscant, and I was like, fucking finally, about it's about time that it's like, why did you bring back Hayden Christensen, and we are not going to get to see him? We get to see him right here, and it's lovely. And so it's a flashback, of course, with Obi-Wan. Takes place before Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I really enjoyed this episode because you could tell that these two characters, these two minds are connected, and like they're in this flashbacks are like and they have like a purpose into this episode about showing that Anakin is just he's just blinded, and he just has one thing on his mind, and that's Obi-Wan and trying to win. And that's kind of what it shows in this episode. Darth Vader is just like, I'm going to get Obi-Wan, I'm going to get Obi-Wan, like basically annoying everything else around him that doesn't bother. But then he kind of learns from his mistakes. Like when Reva taxes him, it's like, he was wise to use you against me. Like it's like he's kind of learning, and it's like, and so it has that, like, that line that everyone's talking about. It's like, oh, now this line doesn't make any sense anymore. It kind of makes sense with context a little bit. I guess it's like, oh, he was still the learner because he was so blind, like, because he couldn't outbeat his master. And so it's like, well, now I'm starting to, get get the point and such, and like you get, I can't speak, but you know what I mean. Now the whole entire review about Reva, it's like, we get it, we already know. Why is this even a thing? Like, why not give this, like, hint this way earlier on the season? Like, give us that full entire kind of story of hers, and it leads up to this moment. Give us more of a reason to like her character. And it's just like, I just honestly don't care. And when she got stabbed by Darth Vader, I was like, thank you, die. And she's not dead. Why? Do you have two stomachs like the Inquisitor? Which the Inquisitor comes back, which let's be honest, I had no fucking idea that he had two stomachs. But either way, I knew he wasn't gonna die. Like Disney wouldn't allow them to break canon like that. Maybe they would. I don't fucking know. But so yeah, this was definitely a satisfying episode, but wasn't the greatest. Like, I do like what we get to see. We get to see Darth Vader basically be a badass, and like he holds his ship immediately as it taken off. See, I know why they're doing it. There's like, well, okay, if Rey can do that, then Darth Vader can do it. Which we already know that Darth Vader can do that from certain games. I believe it was like Force Unleashed that he did it in one part. But I liked when he brought it down and just ripped it off. Like, it was so good, and I love seeing that. And but yeah, so like he rips that. Apparently there was another ship. I mean, like, if you really look, I think there was one in the back. It's just, but the way that it was shot when it was taken off looked like it was way closer than it was. So yeah, this show definitely has problems with its budget, and like, its proximate, like, showing the distance of like how things and this actual size of things. Like, because like in the previous episode we had like these snow speeders, and they're like these pretty big ships, and they come in, and like they're able to fly into the caverns of the base, and they're suddenly smaller. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like they have been having problems with that. I'm not going to exclude that. It's like, I'm going to let that slide. No, that stuff goes into the rating of this episode, along with all the other stuff like the Reva story that I just don't care about. I forget her name, but the traitor. the terrible under spy person. She gets a little bit of a moment. Like she shows of how I'm losing my voice over here. She kind of shows of how she like after every force sensitive person that she saves, she like keeps mark, but not but no matter how much force sensitive people she saves will undo what she has done. And I'm like, okay, I like that. It's not really enough for me to care enough for your character, especially the way that you die, because she dies and she kind of sacrificed herself, and Obi-Wan's like, no, when he can go, he, Obi-Wan's a kind of a dick in this episode. One kind of uses like Reva as his like distraction, like as his like tool, and so he basically gives himself up to Reva. He's like, and she's like, I can't wait to bring Darth Vader to you, and because they've been having some conversations like, oh, and it's like, let's do this together. Type of Rey and Kylo thing going on. Not a love interest, not at all. So she's like telling Darth Vader, it's like, I have him, and it's like, I'm bringing Darth Vader to you, and he's like, no, I'm bringing him to you. And I'm like, that's a good line. I like that. Like the writing in this is a lot better. Is it perfect? No. But it's still a pretty good episode, and a lot of people saying this is the best episode, and I'm pretty sure I am being lighter on the first two episodes, maybe third one. I don't know. I do like this one. I definitely what stuff happens. The fight between Reva and Darth Vader is pretty cool. But I don't know. I just don't want to. I just can't give this episode a high rating because of how light I went with the previous episodes besides the last one. But that last one definitely, just really made me started thinking like, I'm going to be more harsh on these ratings for the show. And so even though I do like it, there's still that episode still interplays into this episode, and you can't get away from that stupidity. Like Leia is still, everyone's like, Leia, you could do this, and she immediately can do it with no problem. Like there's no character arc for Leia and it's convenient that it's like, oh, it's a small hole so we can't fit in. Okay, I guess kids build this cavern. I guess I don't know, and did their electric bill or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. And she's supposed to be this smart character, but she can't tell that there's this red bright light droid of hers flying around, just like messing things up. Okay, whatever. But yeah, like stuff like that really bothers me. I'm like, sorry, Leia, I don't care for you. Just come back in another 10 years, then I will. Like it's just like she has no purpose besides of her being kidnapped. That whole entire kidnap thing should have been just 2 episodes, and next it would have been more of Obi-Wan, Reva, Darth Vader, mostly Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. Reva, you can have there, I guess, but do a lot better. And that's just the problem I have with this episode. And now we only have one because this now, I swear. So at I forget his name. I don't know. The Leia's stepdad. I said his name, Organa. That's I was blanking his name right for there. But so he gives Obi-Wan a message, and he's like, I haven't heard from you in a while. If you don't respond in a couple hours or such, I'm gonna go to Tatooine and protect the boy because he needs me. He probably needs me. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Do you know how to be like discreet about the things of this is the most important kid in the universe, and you're just going, I'm gonna go protect the boy on Tatooine. Make sure no one else listens to this message. I'm like, that was like the biggest dumbest part of that of this episode. And Reva finds it. Now she can't probably tell who it is because it's kind of messed up or what. But she can still Tatooine Owen. He literally says Owen and like all that, and she's like Owen. Oh, it was that fuck. Obi-Wan's protecting that prick. If this episode takes place on final episode takes place on Tatooine, I'm going to be pissed because no one's supposed to know that Luke is on Tatooine. I guess if Reva dies, or she's gonna go good. I don't get why she would even go in the first place to get. It's like, hey, I know where Obi-Wan's been hiding all these years, Darth Vader. You're gonna take me back under your robes, under your arms. I'm like, if they fucking try to do that, I'm gonna be pissed off because that's fucking stupid. Plus, it breaks canon and all of that. But so yeah, I'm curious where the final episode's gonna be. I do want another fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, which they said we're supposed to get two. But I don't want it to be on Tatooine. I want it to be on Mustafar, and because that would be a cool moment. And plus, you can intertwine, Revenge of the Sith type of footage, even new Revenge of the Sith footage of them fighting like that. How cool would that be? I would like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna give Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 5 a C+. I do like it. I really do like it, but I'm being a little bit more harsher on it because they really need to bring it all the way home for that final episode. So yeah, I'm really worried. Even though this episode was really good, I'm still really worried that the show's just gonna plummet, and they're like kind of teasing for a second season because they kind of stopped calling it a limited series. I mean, what are you gonna do? I just kind of contain. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.